Hi animators, I'm Jitin from Arena Animation Jayanagar, one of the finest place to get mentored in multimedia and animation. Today we are going to discuss about common problems while doing walk cycle and how to rectify those problems. Here, see, I have a walk cycle which I've done before, and we will see how we can make this walk cycle progressive without any slide is the common problem we face. Actually, we'll see here. So what happens, everybody when they do walk cycle, they'll face a slide every time. So usually people don't know how to solve it. If you're a beginner, if you're an expert level, yeah, definitely you will be knowing. But if you're when you're a student, you might not be having that much idea how to correct it. So that's what we are going to talk about, and plus how we can give a good head movement using layer editors. I'm sorry, animation editors, animation layers. So if we use animation layers, actually what happens is we don't have to manually rotate a head rotation when we do walk cycle progressive. And usually what some people does is they'll just manually rotate the head, so it will give jerk, so it will give hits, it won't be that much smooth. So to give a smooth head rotation, we use animation layers. So it is very easy. It hardly takes 2 or 3 minutes to do it, instead of doing a manual animation for like about hour. So this is the walk cycle. So here the usually what happens is, this is the cycle. Usually how you get it, you many people will be master doing walk cycles. But when you make it progressive, that means this, when you make it progressive, if you see the legs, see, we'll go to side view and see. If you see the legs, see, it will slide. This is a common problem. Even if you adjust the graph editor, closely also, it will give a slide. So this is what we are going to solve. So what I'll do is, I'll open an original file, which is a walk cycle. See, this is not this is just only one cycle is there, so we will make it more. So what we'll do is, actually we'll select all the controls. So here we'll get graph editor from window, animation editors, graph editor. I'll select all this, so you can see all graphs. So graph editor, see, these are the graphical representation of the animation what you're doing. So you can see here, so it's a graphical representation. These curves are called F curves, that means function curves. So when you do animation, you will the curves will be created. So more animations you do, it will be created more. So what we'll do, we'll go to view and switch on infinity. So you will be able to see some lines here. So we have to make it more cycles. So I wanted the animation to be repeated n number of times. So what I'll do is, we'll go to curves, pre-infinity, cycle with offset, and post-infinity, cycle with offset. So if we give cycle, what happens is, you can see here in graph editor, it is repeated here. See, continuously, it's continuous. see, it's continuing n number of times. You type 1000 here or 10,000, it will repeat. So what we'll do, we don't need 1000 or 10,000, we'll give 100 or 150. So this is what happens here. So it's repeating, but it's not moving forward. So to move forward, what we'll do is we'll select the main control and we'll see how many frames, actual animation, how many frames you have given. It is like almost 33 frames. So 33 frame as one cycle. So that is the actual animation we did. So I'll select the main control. I'll give a key on first and then on 33. So what happens here in graph, you can see two keys are created. Okay, so I want to move this character forward means it comes and translate a Z. So let's translate Z. That is, I want the character to move from here to here. So what I'll do is, I'll select translate Z here in graph editor. I'll select this. So you're able to see both the points. We'll give linear tangency. So I don't want any timing difference for this. So I want it to move in equal timing. That's why I have given linear tangents. People who are already done walk cycles, they all will be knowing about tangencies. So here you can see flat tangency, linear tangency. Linear tangency means your timing will be equal. So if you have a ball traveling from 1 to 10, it will be traveling in equal distance, equal space. So that equal timing, equal spacing is linear tangency. So what we'll do is, I'll select this, I'll press shift and move this up. So you can see it's moving fast, it's sliding fast. So I'll press F, so it will focus, so it will get zoomed that area, and I'll reduce it. And here you can see it's moving. See, the legs are close by, but you can see a jerk. But what I'll do is, I'll try to adjust this maximum, but again I'm not able to remove the slide. So this issue we have to solve. So it's a simple method. It's an easy method. Many of the people don't apply this. So what we'll do, what I'll do is, I'll select this leg, the front leg. See, the front leg is sliding. So you can see here the front leg is sliding. Okay, so the front leg, it's sliding front and back. You can see it's sliding front and back. So I want to rectify this problem. What I'll do is, I'll go to graph editor, translate Z. I'll select translate Z. So translate Z, you can see here we were talking about linear tangency. So linear tangency will give equal spacing. So here it's giving, see the curve, it's giving a curve. If you have a curve, that means that area will be slower. So we don't want the action to be slow, we want a constant speed. So what we'll do is, I'll select this tangency, this tangent, I'll give a linear tangency, and here also I'll give linear tangency. So what happens is, see, it's not moving more, it's that slide is gone, but it's a small slide. We can adjust that using the main control later, but you can see here before we were having a big slide. So here we will use linear tangency and we can rectify that slide. We will do that for the same other leg also. So what we'll do is the other leg movement that comes here around 1720, that area. So what we'll do, translate, we'll select translate Z. We'll select this 15, 17, 20, 21, that area this slide happens. So what we'll do is the second half of this, we'll select here this tangent, we'll give linear tangency, and here also we'll give linear tangency. So what happens, you can see it's not that the slide is like almost gone, 90 percentage it's gone. Then we'll select this main control and we'll select this translate Z, which we were working on this first. We just moved slightly up, so it started moving forward. So we'll adjust that little more. What we'll do is, see, it's sliding slightly backwards. So what I'll do, I'll try to pull this slightly up, and let's see what happens. See, 95 percentage now it's gone. A small slide is there. So what we'll do, I'll pull this slightly up and see, little more. So it's gone, the slide is gone 100%. So it's clear, it's clean, so it's walking stiff, it's not sliding. It's a very good walk. He's landing his legs properly, so you can see here in perspective also. So he is landing properly, so there is no slide issue. You can see inside view. So it's cool, it's really nice. Now what we'll do is, suppose you have a walk cycle. Now you want the character to see characters looking at someone on his right side. As we'll see how we can do that animation. So what we'll do is, we don't have much key here, so it's a cycle. So what I'll do is, I'll delete the keys for this, so we don't need any key for this. So I'll take somewhere around 50th frame to like 60th frame. I'll give a key. So let him see the other side. So he saw this. So it's easy. So why? Because there is no much controls, or there is no movement for the eyeball. So it's easy. It's really easy to do that animation. But we can do the same animation for head. What happens is, if we do the same kind of animation, see, it's really, see, it's not happening fine. Why? Because we have lot of controls here already. We did for the head animation, but we don't have much controls here. We had only the first and the last control, which was like, which when you key all the controls, automatically it will come. See here, that's why it was really easy for us to do it. Here for head control, what we'll do is, we'll go and create an anim layer. So what anim layer does is, it actually will not kill the actual animation. It won't actually kill the actual animation. It will retain the base animation, and it will create another layer on top of the existing stuff. It's like in Photoshop, you do some artwork in layer 1 and you create a layer 2. So it won't kill the layer 1. So it will just add another layer, and you can still reduce the opacity, and you can see layer 1 animation, sorry, layer 1 artwork, and you can work on layer 2. It is the same concept here. So you can see whatever you have done in layer 1 means the base layer, and you can create another new layer on top of it, and you can work on it. That is the advantage of anim layer. So here we can create an anim layer. So you can see this is our base animation, that is this, and this is our anim layer. So you can rename it. So if you create more layers, like for hand or for hip, for legs, if you want to create different, if you want to select different controls and create different uh, animation, anim layer, so it will be easy for you to rename it and keep it. So here, so what I'll do is, the base animation, if you select, you can see here, if you select this head animation, you can see an empty layer and you can work on it. So 50 to 60 he's seeing there. So after the eye movement starts, like half of this is done, I'll start the head rotation, that is 55 to 65. So it's like, let his eyeball go first, then his head. So that's how we used to do, that's how you have to do. You can't do both the animations together, so it will be stiff and robotic. So let us have something which is natural. So let the eyeball go first, then head. So what happens, see, head movement is not having any issue, there's no jerk, it's going fine. And what you can do is, you can take this back, you can copy the whole thing using shift, copy, and you can paste it here on 100 to 110. So he'll see back, and he saw someone there, he saw someone. No, he's not interested. Okay, it's who or he or she or anyone. So I'll select this. You can see here 55 to 65. So let the head also come back, but we have given a rotation from 100 to 110. Okay, so what I'll do is, here I'll copy this, I'll paste it on 105. So what happens, it should come back here. So here, see, actually the animation happens here. So what I'll do is, I'll copy this, I'll paste it here on 95. So it will be like still, head will not move, it will be still. Then let it rotate. Okay, let it go to the old one. So I'll delete this key and I'll copy and paste it on 105. So he's seeing there only, then come back. So here I'll do the same thing, I'll delete this, I'll retain this, copy till 100, let it go in the same place, then it will go back. It's like reverse, go back to the previous place. So it's like this. So we just he's coming here, he saw someone, then not interested, again not interested. So it's an easy method. So I hope you people got some idea how to remove slide and give good head turns using animation layers.